Four.
Hello everybody, this is Yakes87 and welcome back to Sebring International Raceway. We are getting ready for the 5th event of the Yakes87 World Tour. We are going to be on the modified Sebring International Raceway circuit, which is the lower half of the racetrack. But there's a little difference in the final turn, and you'll see what I'm talking about when we get on track. We are going to be turning these laps, these 87 laps, in the Pro Mazda, which was formerly known as the Star Mazda way back when. I have no idea when they changed it, but they did at some point. So right now, I am actually joined by fellow Integrity Racing League league member and friend of mine, Nick Ward. So Nick, if you want to say hi to the viewers.
Up, everybody.
So yeah, we're getting ready. We set this up as a race session, so the two of us are gonna kind of just shoot the shit and run some laps here. 87 laps here at Sebring International Raceway. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. So I hope you guys enjoy it. So we're gonna be doing a little bit of a pace lap here, and then once we do the pace lap, we're gonna go green, and it'll be 87 laps from there. So enjoy.
I had to make sure to add fuel because I kind of forgot about that.
Oh yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, I've got like 19 gallons in it.
4. Not gonna lie, this looks really cool sitting here when I'm looking over at you at VR.
Oh yeah? So I got my little look left, look right buttons.
These cars are so tiny, like we're nothing compared to that Porsche.
I know.
I think it's actually a rough, but still.
Yeah. This is so narrow.
I know, that's what I'm saying, like it's so tiny.
The rest of the track is just huge though. Especially for these little cars.
You know what I forgot?
What?
Forgot to map the tear off button.
Whoops. I have one set up because I hit it like every 2 laps when I do dirt racing.
Yeah, I completely forgot to set one of those up. That might equal a pit stop at some point, depending on how bad it gets.
Big deep breath, bud. Nice and smooth here. Nothing fun.
Drives through the cones. Okay.
Green flag.
Alright, green flag, here we go. So we're green 87 laps here at Sebring International Raceway. I love how bumpy that corner is.
Yeah, that corner's pretty... I mean, up here too, it's pretty bad.
Ah.
It's cool, I followed you off too.
Clear him.
Whoops.
Cut a little bit more out of that corner than I was expecting to.
Yeah, that corner is very lenient for some reason.
1:05.5.62. You're probably going to be faster through the slower corners than me, but I think I have you covered down the long straights though.
Yeah, you're definitely better than me going through the high-speed sections.
Well, like down the straightaways is where I'm faster than you because I don't have as much downforce on my car.
Oh, are you running with the low downforce?
Yeah.
Ah, that's why.
What happened to you that lap? You're like 1.3 and then you fell another second and a half.
I went too fast and hopped the curb. So I gotta cut the course penalty just a little bit, so I had to like stop.
7.847.
This whole track's bumpy.
Yeah.
There's not very many places that are actually smooth out here.
No.
1:56.7. You alright back there?
Yep. I think I'm just losing ground on you because of the super long straightaways.
I might actually have to get on pit road just so I can go set up a button for the tear off, because this is getting, I mean, it's not terrible right now, but I'm sure it's going to get worse.
Yeah.
What was your last lap?
106.9. Or no, 106.69.
105.3. Ooh, that was too much. I grabbed too much curb in this corner leading up onto the back straightaway.
Whoops.
Caused me to wash way wide off into the grass.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm running some of the fastest laps I've run yet so far. I think you're just making up so much more time on these long straightaways.
What you been up to lately, Yakes, since Integrity's not been raced?
Pretty much this. Been, you know, since Integrity ended, I was pretty much trying to figure out something new I could do with my channel. And I was just looking for new ways that I could enjoy iRacing, because that's why I kind of stopped running Integrity there the last few months, just because I wasn't enjoying it. It was just stressing me out too much, and I was just getting more frustrated with myself more than anything. So I kind of just stepped away and just started looking for other things to enjoy. And then I kind of came up with the idea for this world tour, and I've been working on that since.
I did not have a very fun season until probably the last 3 or 4 races of the season in Integrity. Went out there and won one of them, and had good finishes in the final 3 or 4 races I ran for the.
Yeah, my best race all year was the first race, the Daytona race.
Oh, wow.
Everything after that was just kind of miserable.
I DNQ'd Daytona this year.
Yeah. Well, I got my charter in, so I'm not going to be missing
Yeah, I
any
need to
races
pay
next
for
year.
mine.
I'm really looking forward to it with the dynamic weather, and hopefully the updated Cup Car package might kind of bring me a little bit closer to everybody else.
Highly looking forward to the updated Cup package, but I'm not saying it's going to be. And they're also talking about running ×2 on the sorry, I just spun out turn 1. Talking about running ×2 for the day's cycle transition.
I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so I mean, since we're running half distance, it'll be like we're running the full distance race time-wise.
Yeah, and I think the time scale is going to help me a lot too, because it's no secret that I struggle when we get to the hot, slick racetracks. So I'm hoping that with the dynamic weather and maybe the time scale, that like if I can survive the first half,
if it could bring clouds in.
Yeah, like maybe some clouds will help out, or the tracks will be cooler, or you know when the nighttime rolls in.
The tracks will be warmer now.
Yeah.
Because they're talking about doing dynamic weather as well. So if
right.
clouds roll in, it'll make it real interesting.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that some of those extra variables will kind of help me out a little bit. And who knows? I'm really excited for the year. I ran Pajari's Winter League race at Daytona and led like 17 laps and was really excited. I really like the plate package we have on the Cup car right now. It's the best best I've ever felt, most comfortable I've ever felt at the plate track. So I'm really looking forward to actually using Daytona and Talladega as like opportunity races this year for me.
Well, I mean, and I like the package currently. I mean, that's going to change as well. We're going to go to an unrestricted motor.
I know, which is a shame because like the package we just got like is really good.
See, I actually think the unrestricted motor will make it a lot, because we're going to the same rules package for like the 1.5 miles in the super speedways. I actually think that'll make the super speedway.
You think it'll make it better?
We might not have the same rear spoiler for Daytona and Talladega, so I'm not entirely sure, but I know engine power wise we're going to have more power than we've had out there in a long time.
Yeah.
I really kind of wish that NASCAR didn't do away with preseason testing at Daytona, because that at least gave us an idea, and that gave NASCAR time to play around with packages for Daytona and Talladega for the year, and now they don't do that, and I'm like, really? You guys really could benefit from doing that.
Yeah, because like I'm worried that the Daytona 500 is going to be as bad as that fall Talladega race was, because we're using that same package. So we know some teams have got some things figured out for that one last shot at that package.
I don't even know if I saw that Talladega race.
It was awful. The Stewart Haas cars just lined up 1, 2, 3, 4, and nobody could pass them.
Oh, yeah.
And they did that for the entire race. It was just like the worst Talladega race I've ever seen. I mean, you know, the past plate packages we've had, like, on iRacing, like, I've honestly, like, hated them because I just never felt, like, super comfortable in them.
Well, in the Cup car, the package hasn't been good in a long time, just out of the fact that you can't go anywhere anyways. Like, even when it was kind of close to real life, like, couldn't go anywhere. When the best Cup car has been was when we could still run tandems in the Cup car.
No, I think the package I got on the Cup car now is the best it's ever been.
I think right now it's not terrible. I still like the tandems. So tandems is fun.
I like the tandem racing too. In fact, thanks to tandem racing, that's the only time I ever got a Daytona win. It was in the trucks.
Yeah, I have tons of Daytona wins and Talladega wins thanks to tandem.
Yeah. But I don't know, there's just something about like what I was wanting in like the plate package, I feel like I have with the current plate package on the Cup car. Because, you know, I ran that Winter Series race, and I felt like if I wanted to, I could move up into a lane and like make things work. Like I could push a lane or lead a lane or do whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I felt like I could make the moves I needed to get to the front. And I got to the front several times and led like 17 laps. It was really fun.
Yeah, see, I haven't actually raced in a league setting this package we have now. I've tested with it, and I enjoyed it in testing, but in testing I never had the amount of cars that you would have in a race. I think, from what I've run with it, I like the package we have currently. There's a league that I race in that runs the COT car now. Yeah. Right? And they built that car runs unrestricted now on Super Speed.
Oh, nice.
They built a package that they race at Talladega. They're doing like 250, but they built a package that races more like the 2001 Daytona 500. And it's super fun.
That's pretty crazy.
I'm down to a 106.4.6 on my fast lap.
You say at 104? Oh, nice.
Well, I split out final corner. thing does not have the amount of torque it needs to get the rear wheel spinning if you're going back.
Yeah.
And 2 mistakes on that. I locked up. I think I locked and wheel hopped going into the final corner, and then I ran wide coming onto the back straightaway. Still haven't hit anything though.
That's good.
We're on wide there. Turn 2.
1 minute 7.006.
I just really hope I'm able to have like a really good year in integrity this year.
So I'm hoping I can make more races. I think I'm looking forward to integrity this year, especially with the way I finished off with integrity this year. Had a really strong run at the end, 4 top 10 finishes. I think 3 of those were top 5 finishes. So I'm really looking forward to going out there and trying to kind of get back to 2015, 2016 where I was really good out there in the cup.
Yeah, I'm looking to get back to how I was in 2016 where I was like a threat for top 10s throughout the season. That's kind of what I'm going for.
I really think the dynamic track thing is going to shake up players up front though in these races, because like I'm not good with a tight car, so if we get a setup that's kind of already a little bit on the tighter side and then we end up progressing into a really cloudy racetrack, then I'm gonna suffer, just because I don't do good tire wise or just speed wise with a tighter car.
Right.
Where if we start out kind of with a car that in default weather would be kind of neutral, and the race session ends up partly cloudy or mostly cloudy at the start, and we free up to a clear sky, I think that's where I'll really come out and shine, because I'm really good with a loose race.
Yeah.
But it also is really going to depend on how this car will drive next year whenever we get the new pack.
Yeah.
Which there's no telling how long that'll take iRacing to get.
I mean, another thing I'm working on is not just being a little bit more competitive this year, but I want to like, yeah, I want to just reduce the amount of mistakes I make. I brought out so many cautions last year from just spinning out that I want to stop doing that.
See, I think I had 3 cautions, that maybe 4 that were put on me this year. I think I had 4 cautions put on me this, which is about par. I usually get 4 put on me because I usually get 3 before we get to Daytona, or right after the summer Daytona race.
Yeah.
And then after that, I usually end up either only causing 1, maybe 2 after that. Usually it's just, and I want to try and eliminate, I would like to make it to the playoffs without getting suspended, or to the final 10 races of the season without having that suspension. That way that resets. But like, really this year, I'm looking for more consistency, and then also looking for staying out of trouble. This past year, I got involved in a lot of wrecks. Like, there was a lot of times where I was just wrong place, wrong time, and got involved in a wreck, or I just didn't flat have speed. Like, there was a number of races this season where in years past I could go out there and run top 5, top 10, no problem, and there were races this year I was struggling to even race top 15, let alone up there in the top 5 or 10 like I would be used to at certain tracks.
Right. Yeah, it was just a weird year this year.
I mean, for me, it kind of carried over from 2017, wrecking-wise. Because in 2017, I was involved in a ton of accidents in the latter half of the year. And then we rolled into Daytona. I missed Daytona coming, I think, for Atlanta, wreck out, like, track that I would normally be really fast and dominate at. And if I raced it, I'm positive I wrecked out. But I know early in the season I had a couple good runs, because I know I ran Phoenix and ended up with the top 10, ended up 8th out there, and then for the longest time that was my best finish all season, was that 8th, until we got down into like the final 4 races of the year.
Yeah. My troubles really started with that Kansas race. I'm sure you remember the Kansas race.
I don't think I did.
You don't remember the Kansas race where I made an ass out of myself?
I don't know if I raced it.
Yeah, you did. You almost wrecked me.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, was this the time of the... Was it last year or this year that I didn't wreck you? I think it was last
2017. It was that fall Kansas race, the chase race, and I was trying to get a top 5 finish.
No, yeah, that was the race I shoved you in the wall, because you already pushed me in the wall like 3 times in previous... this is like, in that race you put me in the wall like twice, and at Talladega you almost put me in the wall once, and almost put me in the wall another time at Talladega. Yeah, we were feuding.
You spun me out at Talladega.
That was after you pushed me in the wall, then almost pushed me into the wall.
Yeah.
You pushed me in the wall in 3 and 4, and then you almost pushed me in the wall in 1 and 2 at one. Yeah. We were not the best buds back then.
Yeah, it was that string of races between like Talladega, Kansas, and then the Martinsville race that really like kind of shook me up as a driver, because I was just like, I just kind of lost like all of my confidence. Like, because I was just like, I'm just making everybody angry, and it just, I feel like I lost like a lot of like my skill at that, just because I wasn't confident in my own abilities to actually be able to go drive race cars anymore.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, going back to, like, me and you, like, I mean, that wasn't even the first time me and you had feuded, because I think going back to 2016, the spring Kansas race, when me and Pajari wrecked on the restart, when Pajari stayed out, you know, like, I blew my lid and kind of went off, and made a lot of people unhappy with what I had to say.
Yeah.
And I don't even know how we ended up really becoming friends, because I don't think we really talked for a while.
I think that's just what it was. We just didn't talk, and then it was just like, oh, hey, how's it going?
I think we talked about it, because you were one of the people that really confronted me about what I had to say about the Pajari thing.
Yeah.
And I think after we talked, we just kind of didn't say much to each other for a while.
Right. That leads into another thing that, like, another reason I'm really excited for this year is, for the first time, and probably since that string of races we were just talking about, I actually feel like I'm comfortable in the race cars again. Like, I feel like I can just load up the race car and go out there and run laps and be okay.
For me, it kind of depends on where we're at. Like, we went to Vegas last week, or this past week, in Pajari's Winter League, and I wasn't confident. I went out there and I was like, oh yeah, I'm turning good laps. And then towards the end of practice, I found some speed. But Vegas is one of my worst places. Certain tracks we can go to, and I'm going to feel confident and be cocky, and that I'm going to think that I'm one of the fastest people out there. And really, the only track... Hold on, I'm here.
All right.
Leading up onto the back straightaway, I grabbed that inside rumble strip and ended up getting a penalty, but I ended up spinning it off the rumble strip anyways. Still no contact though. What was I talking about?
The Vegas race?
Like, I mean, we went into that Vegas race, and even in integrity, like I've not had the greatest run out there. Like the first year we ran integrity, I finished second. Well, then we come out there the next year with the cup car in integrity, and I finished 19th after starting that race 29th. And actually, I think got lapped by the end of that race, which for me was something kind of new. When it was literally I was getting lapped just because of the pure lack of speed, and not from like tire differences or whatever.
Right.
So I mean, like, certain places we can go and I'm like, okay, yeah, that's alright. And in certain places we go like, oh yeah, I'm fast. But like, the one place that I really think every time we go to I have a shot at a win is going to be Watkins Glen. And I think I stand a decent shot at getting the win at the Roval when we go there this year. So we'll kind of see. The Roval and Watkins Glen are the two tracks that I've kind of got checked for possibly getting the wins this year. Bristol's always good. Atlanta, I usually have speed, but don't finish the race because instances. But there's a few other tracks that I usually run really good at, so we'll just kind of see how it plays next. I think like next year I'm kind of going back to more just fun than all serious.
Yeah, I'm trying to make sure I go into the mentality of integrity this year of just having fun. I feel like the tracks I'm most confident at, just right now, is Bristol and Richmond.
See, I'm pretty confident at Bristol. I also have a win in integrity at Bristol. That's part of it. Richmond is one of the tracks I'm hit or miss at. I like the track. I can usually race my way to a top 10, but I'm not fast there. Like, I can limp my way into a top 5 if I get lucky, but it's not a track that I'm going to be really out there. I like racing there. It's not one that I'm waiting for though on the calendar. I really like Martinsville, Phoenix, and Bristol are like the three kind of shorter tracks that I feel really confident in getting great finishes on.
Yeah. And for once this year, like I mentioned earlier, I have the plate tracks circled as ones to watch out for this year. Because I feel like if everything goes right, I feel like I am confident enough in my own abilities with this package that I could probably make something happen.
I'm around again. 2 and 3. Might have wing damage. I didn't hit anything, but I jumped a rumble strip. Landed on the nose. I just drove it off into turn 2 too hard. And went through the grass, was trying to be all big and bad, and came back onto the asphalt and just went whoop. Whoops. Yep.
I gotta say, in that Winter Series Daytona race, going head to head with Christian Challoner at Daytona for the lead, swapping that back and forth, like, that gave me a little bit of confidence.
See, I mean, I agree with you, but like, Daytona's kind of one of those tracks where it's anybody's game.
Yeah. I mean, I know it's like a plate track, so that doesn't mean I'm going to be good everywhere.
You got to get yourself in position to do that.
Yeah. No, but like, what I was saying is like, I restarted like every restart in that race like 14th and managed to work my way up, into the top 10 before, the cautions would come out, and was able to dodge all the wrecks. And then like on the last restart, I restarted like 8th or something, and I was able to work with just one other car, and the two of us just got to the lead. And once I got to the lead, I just kind of stayed there. Like, I was just like able to just hold on to it on the bottom lane, and then Christian would get by, and then I'd jump up into the top lane and pass him back. And we were just playing this cat and mouse game, and then I thought about throwing a block, but I wasn't sure because I'd never thrown a block before, and I just kind of moved up a little bit, and he spun me out. So that was a little bittersweet. But after looking back on that, like, I would have run out of fuel. Like, yeah, I was gonna run out of fuel, so there's a pretty good chance I wasn't gonna win that race. But I mean, leading with 5 to go in a league race for the first time was like really exciting for me. I definitely feel more confident at the plate tracks than I ever have, which is something, because I know it's like anybody's game at the plate track, but if you feel like you've got an edge, I feel like that gives you an advantage over everybody else, even though it's a chess match like that.
The clouds are moving, but on Oculus they're moving really weird right now.
Yeah, that's the one thing I've really enjoyed since I've been doing these, is like every now and then like a cloud will cover the track and it's like, oh, that's really cool, because it's just suddenly darker.
Well, if you notice, the front straightaway is getting a hell of a lot brighter, and it's getting a lot hazier when you're rolling down the front straightaway.
Yeah.
I don't think the wings messed up. It's still running pretty good time.
Well, also the sun is rising on that side because it's morning, so. Yeah, like right now it's like 9 o'clock in the race session, like 9 a.m.
Yeah, I seriously might have to pit to map a butt. It's getting bad.
Yeah, I just hit my first tear off for the first time. It was getting pretty bad.
I was kind of expecting it to be worse. Like I would see more of it going down the front straightaway, but I feel like I see more of it going down the back.
Yeah, that is kind of weird.
Whoa.
You okay?
I just had a bullwhip that was beautiful.
What'd you do?
Oh, this is closest I've gotten to the inside wall through turn one. Like, I just kind of sent it in there, and I was like, oh god, I'm gonna hit.
It's so beautiful when you hit that just perfectly and you're like all the way up against the inside wall and don't hit it.
Yeah, the clouds are moving pretty good now. I'm not really seeing the shadow on the racetrack, but it might be,
Well, no, I haven't seen like a cloud pass by the sun yet, but they haven't in this session, but in other sessions I've seen it happen. And it's like the coolest thing.
Yeah, we might get some clouds passing the sun before too long. God, the front straightaway's getting bright.
Yeah.
It's getting real reflective.
This is like my favorite racing event on like all year. The 12 hours.
I like this track a lot. I'm not as good at it as I would like to be. It's most certainly a really fun track to come out here and race on. Like, I ran Mazda's MX-5s out here the other day, and I had an absolute blast. I mean, I was racing for second place when I self-spun in turn one. Like, terrible self-spun. I think I had second place, and there was a car that wasn't too far behind me. But I mean, like, it was a dogfight from second through like 8th, running around here, and it was an absolute blast. And like I said, like, I just kind of got too aggressive, exited turn or into turn one. I'm off the back end and came spinning back. Ooh.
Did you spin again?
Nope. I was talking about running the international course and was trying to run the international.
Oh, whoops.
So I had to lock it up.
If I had to pick like a road course that I'm like the best at, it's probably this one. I just really like the racetrack.
Mine's either Watkins Glen or Mosport.
I also feel like I'm pretty good at Homestead Road Course now, so.
I hate that track.
After running 87 laps on it twice, I really enjoy it.
See, I really kind of like Indy road course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another thing too with this tour that I'm really going to enjoy is because like I'm going to be racing like every road course layout, so I'll be able to find some unique road courses that I really enjoy and probably some others that I'm just like, why am I even doing this right now?
One of your easy ones is going to be 87 laps at Summit on the Jefferson course.
Oh yeah, both the
Well,
Jefferson
Summit in general, but the Jefferson course at Summit
and
will
the
be
Jefferson reverse.
pretty quick. They have a reverse for Jefferson?
Yeah, Jefferson has a reverse.
Huh. But I mean, like, those will be two really quick ones. I actually really like that. It's fun in the MX-5.
Well, once I'm done with Sebring, I've got like a couple of really quick ones because once I'm done with Sebring, I'm going up and running USA, and then after USA, it's New Smyrna, and then it's Daytona.
Daytona will take a little bit, but it's still not bad.
Well, the thing with Daytona is there's like 6 different track layouts at Daytona.
That too. Well, I was just talking about the oval.
Oh yeah, the oval's gonna be a while. I feel like it's not gonna be as bad as Sebring International though.
Oh no, I mean, it takes, depending on what car, I mean, it takes about 2 minutes to get around here.
Yeah, because I'm using the Ford GTE for this one, and I'm using the BP for Daytona.
I don't know what I run around here in the GTE. I know in a GT3 car I run right around the 203 to 205. So I would imagine in a GTE myself, I'm probably going to be just under 2 minutes.
Yeah. The rallycross ones are going to be really interesting though because you can't feel the car, so it's going to be like impossible to do like 87 consecutive laps like I'm doing here.
I don't know if I would even bother with the rallycross.
I want to because it gives me a chance to do some of the rallycross. It's probably fun too.
They're fun, but 87 laps, ugh.
I mean, what I was thinking about doing is, because I actually loaded it up just to test it, the fuel cell on the VW Beetle said, just sitting on pit road, said 14 laps. So I might just do like a series of just like 10 lap segments and just edit them together. Like
do it in a practice session, that way you can just back out and get the car refueled.
Yeah, like
that way you're carrying the same track state.
Yeah, like every single one of these like that I've done so far, besides this one, have been in just like solo test sessions.
Yeah.
Like the thing that really got me though was when I was doing the Solstice one, on lap 65, like after completing lap 65, the sim crashed on me, and I don't know if it was just because I was using the beta UI to set the session up or launch it or whatever, but it crashed on me an hour and a half in, and so I had to load up another session and run 22 laps and then just kind of stitch them together. Because I wasn't about to restart the Solstice, especially since it wasn't something that was like my mistake. Like, it's not like I wrecked the car. It just, the sim crashed.
The clouds are moving pretty quick around here.
I know.
Like, I never really thought about it before because the clouds were just always stagnant, but now
I know.
I can't move. It was just kind of like, Jesus Christ. Also on the Oculus, like, I don't know what it would be like if it was just on my TV screen, but like, they're a little jitter. Also, they've changed direction, which means the wind has changed direction.
Oh, really? I haven't really been like watching the clouds. I just kind of look up every couple laps and be like, oh, they're in a different spot now.
I just kind of have them in my peripheral vision constant.
I guess I'm just not looking up at the sky that much.
Well, in Oculus, it's a bit easier to see it all.
That's true. Like, I've just got the single monitor, so I'm just kind of looking straight ahead at the nose of the car. Like, I'm watching most of my time is spent watching the little needle on the front of the car.
1 minute 7.05.
My girlfriend's gonna be so mad. I didn't reply to her.
Uh-oh.
I think she texted right about the time we started running.
Yeah. My girlfriend's actually been very supportive of this this tour project. She thinks it's
She
pretty
doesn't really get the whole racing thing. Like, when I went to Martinsville, I was texting her. Granted, we weren't dating back then, but she was like, that sounds boring. She's like, but I'd be willing to try it.
Yeah.
But like I kind of talk with her about it sometimes. She's like,
Yeah, I took mine to Homestead the past 2 years, and she was never really into it, but she really enjoyed the race, and she's kind of become a Chase Elliott fan. Yeah. That's
my
kinda
boy.
her. Yeah. I'm over here on like the Brad guy, so.
I like Keselowski. See, that's the thing is like Chase Elliott's probably my favorite now, but there's a lot of drivers that I actually
Yeah.
like. I'm not just like, oh, this is my one and only driver, and everybody else can go to hell. Like,
Yeah.
that's not.
I was kind of that way because I was a Gordon fan, but then when he retired, I was just kind of just enjoying the racing for what it was, and then I was just kind of like, I'll just be a Brad guy. But like, I mean, you know, I'm mainly a Brad fan, but like, I like watching Chase win. I like watching Logano win the championship, that sort of thing. So
Yeah, see, I like Logano.
yeah, I like Logano too.
Like, yeah, there's a lot of them I like. I just ran my fastest lap last time by 104.096.
Nice. My fastest lap was 105.5, and that was when I had some draft off of you on lap 3. I've kind of slowed my laps down because I'm not really pushing it, because I just want to make sure I don't wreck the car again.
Yeah.
So, I mean, most of my laps have been like 107s. So I'm just like not really pushing it that hard.
See, that's why I've spun out so many times.
Yeah.
But I'm also just kind of trying to see what I can get with the car, especially on older tires. And the car should... We might start losing some time with the track heating up.
Yeah.
And everything, and the tires starting to wear, but I'm trying to see if I can keep getting faster, because with the losing the weight, should be able to get a little bit quicker down the straightaways. Burning off the fuel. See, we burned 6 gallons almost.
Nice.
Oh, that's what I've burned.
I've burned like 7 gallons.
1 minute 7.75.
Yeah, they're just about 7. I got 12.8 left.
I got 12.7. So.
Getting close to halfway.
Yeah. That's the thing, a lot of these like 87 lap challenges, they seem kind of daunting at first, but once you just kind of settle in and get in the groove, they're not that bad.
This actually hadn't been that bad at all.
No.
Ooh, there's the shade.
Yeah, there it is.
That's so cool.
Right? And now it's
Like,
gone.
I just looked up and it was so dark down through it.
I like how quick it passed too.
That was really cool.
Like literally, like
the first time I've seen that.
Yeah, like
the,
the clouds started to hit me like as I was turning into turn 17. I was like, oh, that's cool. And then, like, as I was exiting, it was gone, and I was like, oh man, that was really cool.
Alright, man. Get that rhythm back.
You hit the cone.
I did hit the cone. Oh wait, you're right behind me, aren't you?
Yep.
Were you still gonna pit or no?
I haven't, probably. It just depends on if it gets worse, especially depending on how long it is before I get
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping I was going to catch you just at the right time for you to pull me down these two straightaways, but I don't think that's going to quite happen.
I mean, I'm better through the slower parts, so you might get me down the other straightaway. All those times we were running with the static conditions are just going to look silly now.
Uh-huh.
I mean, we have actual moving clouds now. Like, that's really cool.
See, also with this car, part of where gain time though is like not swinging out so wide out of that final.
Yeah.
Well,
Coming backward. Keep going.
Oh boy, where are you going? Okay. I actually just ran my fastest lap that time, 105.520. Had a little bit of draft help.
I got ballsy. Yeah, I'll be hitting pit road.
Alright. At least I got my lap back.
Well, I was kind of hoping for you to not get your lap back. That way when I pitted, it wouldn't be a problem for me.
True.
I hit the left front pretty good on the wall. That's what caused me to go around.
Uh-oh. Yeah, that'll do it. At least you got the fast repairs.
I think the wing is fine. I just think I broke a piece of the suspension. Because my wheel is caught to the side just a little bit. Yeah, my wing's fine.
I don't know if you've had a chance yet, but if you bash the front end of this car real good, the front covering comes off and you can like see the shocks like while you're driving.
took me a second to get the car rolling again because I accidentally downshifted too far and went into neutral and then was revved up too high.
Oh,
So I couldn't actually get into gear.
It took me a while. When I was driving the Solstice, I kept getting stuck in neutral, downshifting for the corners, and I was just like, come on. Needless to say, I don't know how to heel toe yet, so.
I don't really heel toe. Like, I use a lot of throttle to make sure it goes in.
Yeah.
So that's what I do. Yeah, I didn't do any aero damage to the car. I just hit that wheel.
You've got wheel damage.
Yes, we do. Because I still ran a 1047.
Oh, nice. Jay keeps asking me about when I'm going to do 87 laps at Nürburgring.
It's going to be the last one, right?
Yep.
It's going to take an eternity.
That's going to be like an all-day thing.
Yep. It's a little bit of shade again.
See, the problem with
There it goes.
Yeah. The problem with Nürburgring, though, is there's two of them. You've got the Nordschleife and then the 24.
There's 3 of them.
Well, yeah.
Well, there's a bunch of them.
I was talking about there's like 2 of the big ones.
Yeah. You got 24 Cloud. You got the 24, and then you got Nordschleife, and both of those are going to take an eternity.
Yeah. I'm gonna, like, when it gets down to that, I'm gonna, like, really take a look at those and just see, like, what the big differences are, because that's just...
24 Nordschleife with the 24-hour track. You've got the Grand Prix circuit as well.
I know that, but, like, when you pull up, like, the test session for, like, Nürburgring combined, there's, like, 3 selections, and I'm just like, what? Same with, like, the Nordschleife, there's, like, 2 of them.
Because there's the tourist version and then there's the racetrack version. The tourist version has the stop in the middle of the long straight.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure my girl just texted me and I can't see it. So I will probably be pitting here in a second.
Alright.
It's probably her saying she's going to bed, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Right side. All clear.
Like that?
Yeah.
You're like, no, not at all.
I saw you there and I was just like, let me just stop and just give him the spot.
The shade's nice. More grip.
I really like this.
Really cool. If I go take a fast repair, I'm not going to change tires or fuel.
Well, there's unlimited fast repairs, so.
I know. Oh, well, I don't want to change tires. I want to finish tires on the same tires to start. I just about looped it.
Oh no.
Like I got a little squirrely through there that time.
So I'm planning, because the international track is next on the tour, I timed it out, and if I'm doing about 2-minute laps with the GTE car, it's going to be about 3 hours or so, give or take. So I'm going to try to set that one up with a 4X time scale on it, so it's going to like simulate 12 hours of Sebring.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I just need to set the session up to start at like 10:30 a.m. and then we're good.
You got squirrely over the bumps there.
Yeah. say this is a lot more fun when you have somebody to talk to.
Yeah, I bet. Track's going through a ton of changes right now. I keep warming up, cooling.
I mean, in all honesty, as far as the challenges go, like, the first one I did, I feel like that was just more of a disaster than anything, because I wasn't sure what I was doing. I just kind of loaded up the cup car and ran 87 laps and called it a day.
Yeah.
But when I got down to the road course ones, I got more of a feel for it, and now I'm kind of like in the groove of like how these are supposed to go. I'm kind of looking forward to doing more of them.
25, 6, 3.
Also, I don't have any details worked out on it yet, but when I get to the Daytona Oval, that's going to be with the truck. I'm going to try to set that up as like a full-on race with like a bunch of integrity people if possible.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. Just a quick little 87-lap fun race at Daytona with the truck. Maybe we'll get like a dozen cars or something, see who shows up.
Yeah, it was my girl texting me. I lifted the rift up to see who it was. I couldn't read what it said, but I thought who it was.
Yeah.
We'll probably hit pit road here in a minute.
Alright. And just like that, the shade is gone. That's so
Yeah,
cool.
I'll hit pit road here this time by. Oop, shit. Kept it out of the wall.
Oh, there you go.
I don't even know what happened. I just went off into the corner or into the back.
What, turn one?
Yeah, I watched as that wall got closer and closer to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, while I'm on pit road, I'm not taking fuel or tires. I'm just going in to fix that left front and take a tear off.
Alright.
And check my phone. Pit speed 45.
Leaders on pit road.
You got a limiter mount?
I do not. Thought I did. I don't.
3, 7, 9.
it just drop me, Yakes?
I don't think so.
It did. Oh, sorry.
Do you want me to wait for you to get back?
Oh, I do have crowd eyes right. Oh. It's whatever. We can do that.
1 minute 11.32.
Oh yeah, it just popped up. Received throughput fell.
You know how I was telling you all about the internet thing in chat the other day?
Yeah.
I was plugged in, that's what it was, and what plugged in was my main connection, and for some reason when that disappeared for actually giving internet, it didn't just immediately jump on the Wi-Fi and try to get it second.
Huh. Do you want me to wait for you to get back?
Huh?
You want me to wait for you to get back in?
I've got it loading, it's up to you.
Alright.
Or it's pulling this thing up so I can load in. So it was almost, I didn't even know it was 11 o'clock. That was almost perfect time. It was like I intentionally was doing that.
Yeah.
That's it, baby.
I'm waiting for you on pit road.
10-4. I guess I will be having new tires and the full load of fuel. Probably. I don't know. We'll see.
I changed tires, but I didn't put fuel in it.
They put out the schedule for K&N car.
Oh, did they?
Integrity.
Oh, I'll have to take a look at that.
Daytona, Thompson, Bristol, Roval, Rockingham, Atlanta, New Hampshire, Sobo, Pocono, and Talladega.
Wait, Talladega's the finale?
Well, it would have been lovely to have seen what my tires were. Give me just a second.
Okay.
I gotta refix something.
We should be heading back out on the same lap. I don't think I lapped you again. Right now it's got you like not scored at all. So I think once you cross the line you'll be okay.
I think we're good to go whenever you go. Come on, go in gear. There we go.
What lap is it showing you on?
56.
Okay, so I'm a lap ahead of you right now then.
Challenge accepted.
I'm sure you'll pass me again soon though.
Well, I have the same amount of fuel, but it doesn't tell me what my tire wear was.
Yeah.
I wonder if it changed tires with the quick repair.
My tires didn't really wear that much. Like, they're down to like 96% is the lowest on the left front.
I wasn't expecting but maybe at worst like 9th.
Yeah.
3 minutes 13.979.
I know what it was in turn 1 now. I just ran wide in 1. I downshifted over a bump, and that's what caused me to spin out last time.
Yes. Those bumps will do that here.
Birds.
1 minute 6.968. Right side. Clear, clear, clear.
That was really scary. I was not expecting you to go on the outside there. I was like, what's he doing?
I didn't mean to downshift there. I did mean to downshift there. Hi.
Hello. I was about to say, you're back on the lead lap with 30 to go. Let's see what you can do.
Yeah, I don't think I'm catching back up to you. I mean, I'll get back into the lead lap, but I don't think I'm going to get back up to you.
Well, being back on the lead lap is the most important, because then we both finished the 87 laps.
Because now I got another 6 seconds to make up at least.
Yeah.
Which is no bueno. I might be able to do it. I'll probably get to right about where I'm at right now if I get close. If I don't make any mistakes, I think I'll get it. If I make any more mistakes, I won't get there because I probably spun out, what, 4 or 5 times before I finally get
Yeah.
at least.
We spun out quite a few times.
I can consistently lap at 104s and 105s. I don't know what you're...
I'm doing 6s and 7s.
It's going to be close. Doubt I'll get close enough to actually beat you, but it's going to be close.
Yeah.
27 to go. I don't think it's going to happen, Captain.
Yeah, you never know.
I can't believe I spun out there like that.
Yeah, that was kind of a weird place to spin out.
downshifted into third, and the rear end just went away.
That's crazy because I go through that corner in third gear.
You're also geared a little bit differently and more down.
Oh, am I?
Yeah, because I've got the low downforce setup. You got the medium.
Oh, okay. I didn't think that the setups would be that different from each other, but
They'd be geared differently. And you'd have a lot more rear. Jesus fuck! What was that? I'm sorry. I don't. Well, that's over.
did you die there?
Oh, hardcore.
That's the same corner that killed me the first time I was doing this.
I don't even know what happened. Like, I was going fine, and then all of a sudden it just snapped. And speeding penalty. Yay! Good win, Joe.
Thanks. Yeah, when I was recording this one earlier, it was like the same thing. It was like on lap 59, like it just snapped and spun out going through turn 17 there and just nailed the outside wall. And I was just like, excuse me?
Yeah, see, I nailed the inside wall.
Okay.
Like, it just spun out and it just went straight to the inside. Yeah, there's no way I'm catching back up to him.
Well, I'll pull over when I take the white flag, and that'll let you get back on the lead lap at least.
I mean, I might get back lead lap, but I'm not
Okay.
gonna get back to. Well, that's if there's no more mistake.
Right.
It's probably over though. I don't even know what happened. Like, I mean, I planted the throttle, and then the back of the car said nope. Like, it didn't even slide. Like, I just hit a bump, and the car was like, yeah, I'm gonna go straight now, and you're gonna go into the grass and not be able to.
Oh, jeez.
Because I hit a bump like right under the bridge, and it was the car just yeeted it away.
Your car has been goated.
And there's another mistake. Car didn't stop going into two. I know what it is. Now is I'm just trying to catch up.
Yeah.
And I probably pushed the car a little too hard through that final corner, trying to make sure I could get back. Well, that's disappointing.
That happens.
I was doing so good at not wrecking the car.
I know. You spun out a lot, but didn't wreck it.
I think what it was is I hit a bump and I put in a lot of wheel input to turn hard to get as close to the inside of that corner as possible.
Right.
And when I did that, the front wheels landed and made contact, and the back wasn't connected, and the back just like, I like that word. Just gone. No, I still have the original tires.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's handy.
92 low spot. Yeah, taking that tighter line through the final corner is causing me to get really squirrely to that final. tear-offs map the whole time. It just wasn't on my steering wheel. It was my space.
Oh. Isn't that the default button?
I don't know what it was default, but I've mapped it to space a long time ago.
Okay.
I don't even know for what car. Probably for IndyCar.
So did you say the K&N schedule, the finale is at Talladega?
I don't know if the finale was Talladega or not.
Okay.
Oh, you've got to be shitting. That wasn't all four wheels. That's dumb.
I was just wondering because you said Talladega was like the last track.
I was just reading it and reading it off there. I wasn't looking at dates to see what was.
Oh, gotcha.
Because the schedule was set up stacked side by side.
Oh, okay.
I got a 1.7 second penalty, and I ended up running a 106. I probably would have been really close to my best. Cut the fine, or the next to last corner just a little.
Yeah. What do you think would be the best way to get more people watching these World Tour videos?
Honestly, I have no idea. I don't really do anything much on YouTube. Every now and then I'll stream some. But it's been a while since I've streamed anything. I think the last thing I streamed was probably Life is Strange, which I still need to finish. And I know there's a whole new game out now.
Yeah, I still need to finish Before the Storm.
I don't even know if I'm going to get done lapping myself. 17 to go. Be tight. that last one wasn't just a wreck. I had to hit pit road again.
Oh no.
Well, I mean, when I hit the wall.
Yeah.
I mean, it cost me a lot of time.
I've been thinking about putting together a post for the forums, but I'm not sure which forum to put it on or what to say that's going to get people interested in it, like it's like a unique event.
Yeah, I got no idea.
Yeah. Because, like...
If it was like a huge tour where you had a whole bunch of people participating in it with you, then it might draw a crowd, but being one or maybe up to like maybe 10 at Daytona or something, I don't really... It'll draw... I don't know how much it would draw attention-wise.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping it would just draw attention just based on the fact that, like, I'm actually going to every
Someone's
track
trying to
layout.
go to run all these laps at all these tracks.
Yeah. Like, I feel like that's where more the attention is, more than just, like, throwing up all these races. And part of the reason I'm doing it that way is not only is it just easier to get these pumped out if I can just load a test session and do them, but it also saves me money doing it in a test session.
Oh, agreed.
So I'm hoping that, and plus the fact that I have some cool ideas planned, but it's not just like the iRacing stuff. Like, I don't know if you saw, but like in between the Homestead and the Sebring event, I put together like a little slideshow vlog thing that was like, oh yeah, traveling to Sebring. It's kind of a little adventure thing. So.
No, I didn't see.
Yeah, I've got some like short little fun filler videos planned, like in place of this, to kind of make it feel more like an actual tour, not just me loading up the sim and running a bunch of laps. Like, obviously, the majority of it is me loading up the sim and running a whole bunch of laps, but there's some other things there too. Jay was telling me.
Go ahead.
Jay was telling me there was one guy when Nürburgring came out that he ran an incident-free lap at speed with like every car on the service at Nürburgring.
God, that would be interesting.
So he said my tour is kind of similar to that, where I'm just like every track, 87 laps, let's go.
See something I think would be kind of cool is if you had somebody, like, if you had, like, 1 to 3 people put together something that was kind of like Top Gear, but
Wait, say that again? I kind of cut out a little
something like Top Gear on iRacing. I think that would be a really cool thing that you could get a lot of people. Where, like, we have all these different actual tracks you can test things at.
Yeah. But, like, what, though? I don't know.
We'll just, like, kind of do it like a car show, like Top Gear or Grand Tour.
Just load up random cars at the tracks and...
Yeah, be like a car show on iRacing.
Oh.
I mean, it would only last so long. I mean, say you had X amount of... Say you had 3 people doing it, and say you got somebody that you could have as, like, your Stig. And, like, each week you would have somebody out there. But then, like, you could even do, like, start a reasonably priced car. Go out there in the MX-5 and see who can lap X track. Like, pick a road course and see who can lap it the fastest.
True.
Like, I think that would be kind of cool if somebody was able to put something like that together.
Yeah. See, I don't watch enough Top Gear to know how that's all set up. Like, I've watched a little bit, but
I haven't really watched any of the newer. I watched the Grand Tour now.
Yeah.
That's the one I watched, which is the original Top Gear.
Right.
Essentially, it's 3 blokes driving cars around, and each episode they usually have like a showcase of like a car, and then there's star in a reasonably priced car, and I think it used to be star in a cheap car or something. And then also what was another one? They also had the Stig, so like the main car that they showed off each episode, like they had the Stig would go around and make a lap, have X amount of attempts at the fastest lap he could get in the car, and it went on the board which car was fastest and everything.
Yeah. Didn't they get Mike Skinner doing that?
Mike Skinner was doing it for the Grand Tour Season 1.
Okay.
I don't know who did it Season 2, it was some chick. Mike Skinner wasn't really all that interesting doing it, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's kind of boring. Like the Stig never talked, but they made the Stig funny.
Right.
So, I mean, I think it would be kind of cool to have something like that on iRacing, where you just had a bunch of guests over. Like,
Yeah.
so you could have like the Peak, like guys from Peak and different places.
Yeah, I don't know how you would pull that off though.
Pretty much strategy from this point, go like go.
Well, I put a
In
lot of thought
iRacing,
into
it would
this.
probably be like a 20-minute episode if
Yeah.
you did it in iRacing. 20, maybe 30 minutes.
Yeah, I feel like there wouldn't be enough to make like a full hour out of it.
No, not at all. Not even like a 45-minute episode.
Yeah.
Like with iRacing, it would be kind of like half podcast, half TV show. But for it to look good to be posted, you'd want somebody that had a beefy computer to do all like the in-game filming and everything.
Right.
I'm around. I was so close. I was down to like 15 or 16 seconds, and I had 8 laps to get there. It was. I don't think I would have got there, but it would have been close. No, it's 19.
Yeah. Well, my laps have also slowed down a little bit because I'm just like, let's just get to the end. Time to go.
Mine are slowed down a little bit too. It might still be close. We'll just have to see.
Yeah, I mean, my last lap was a 108, so like, I've really slowed down.
I mean, mine was a 110, or almost a 111, but that was also because I spun in the final corner. I need to quit short shifting. It's causing me time.
1 minute 7:28.
Last time, 104.5. Don't slow down until probably the back straightaway, just to see if I would get there of the last lap for you. Okay?
Yeah, I gotcha. I mean, I'm going slow in general, not just because I'm trying to go slow, but just because, like, I'm just being cautious because I don't want to, like, wreck the car with 8 to go.
Yeah.
1 minute 8.413.
See, I'm at the point I don't care if I wreck it again. I just want to see if I can get there.
Well, I've made it this far without, like, actually wrecking the car, so...
Well, you even spun out.
I've, like, gone off track a couple of times, but I haven't, like, spun out or lost control. And just as I say that...
No.
Yeah, well, we all make mistakes. We all make mistakes. We just gotta focus to move forward now.
I just spun, I didn't hit anything.
That cost you a ton of time, too.
Yeah. As right as I said, no, I haven't made any mistakes yet.
Watch me spin out again, either right as I get to you or right as I pass.
1 minute 14.979.
I was sideways halfway through turn 1. I'm not gonna catch you in a good spot. Oh. Fuck, I might not even catch you on the front straightaway. That'll be good. I think I found the bump that caused me to wreck, but I hit and I probably turned drastically off of.
Yeah.
1 minute 6.126. You'll be coming to 5 to go this time.
Yeet!
No, we're not gonna yeet the car into the wall with 5 to go.
Oh, the car yeeted away from that curb.
Yeah.
DRS enabled. Down the back straightaway. He's looked to the inside.
Still there. Still there. Clear.
I wasn't gonna kill us. That's why I went super slow to make sure we didn't run into you.
1 minute 7.237.
I ran wide, and I wasn't even going fast. Yeah, I wasn't close enough to get the move off that corner leading onto the straightaway.
Yeah.
That's why I was just kind of like half-assed that move into the final, into that corner.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not actually going for it, and he knows I'm here.
Yeah.
Like, if I get it, I get it. Sorry.
Clear.
No, it's okay. I was kind of blocking you a little bit. Just having a little fun.
Hi.
Hi. You've got it here.
Whee!
Oh, jeez. That was a 4X.
Oh, was it? Wow. Barely even touched you.
Clear.
How was that a 4X? Unless it's just any car contacts with these cars.
It shouldn't be.
No, you're on the way.
I mean, I would have easily passed you had I just actually
Oh, I know.
went to your... Jesus. Thought I was about to hit that wall again.
You're on the lead lap now, right?
I don't know. Are you on the 1 to go or 2?
2 to go.
I'm on the same lap as you.
Okay.
Just 3/4 of the lap behind. More than that, really.
Alright. Cool, that means we can just race this out to the end then.
We had a short intermission just past the halfway point.
Yeah. It was good though, kind of gave us a minute to just kind of refresh.
See if I can get this the fastest lap of the race right here. Let's go.
I mean, I think you already got fastest lap of the race.
Well, I meant like this time by.
Oh, gotcha.
1 minute 7.
Alright, I got the white flag.
1 6. Nice work, man. White flag, man.
The answer to that question is going to be no. This will not be the fastest lap of the race. Maybe the next one, because I'm actually on 2 to go now. I have a lot of incident points, Joe.
Do you?
Mm-hmm. 34. It's a lot of
Ooh.
self-spits.
Ooh. I've got 9 and 4 of those are from when you hit me. Which is honestly
Alright,
not
here
that
we go.
bad.
Here we go. Fast lap right here, boy. It's probably not. It's probably going to be like a 4-2. And miss shift. That's great. That was a 4.9 with a huge off track in turn 1.
Real nice work. This is fantastic. There we go.
Probably not going to be good enough. That was a little wide there.
After you cross the checker, try to stop somewhere by the start finish line so I can get a screenshot.
Uh-huh. Wasn't that far off of the time I said I was going to run.
No?
104.331. I said a 104.2, I think is what I said I was going to.
Nice.
Which my fast lap of the race was a 104.096. We could both park sideways on here.
Yeah. Let's see.
Alright, man, you want to pull on that first one? Or are we going to make it roll? We're pulling in now.
Oh, you mean sideways like that? Like nose to nose?
Yeah. Having Oculus makes it. Hold on, wait a second, let me get in center. Well,
Whoops. How do I look?
you're a little bit far off from me.
Like too far to the right, or?
You're off-centered.
Which way do I need to go?
Let me just ease on up. No, don't move. I got it. Because I've got the Oculus, so I can... Oh, we're touching.
Okay.
What the fuck are we touching? Hold on. I gotta stand up. Oh, it doesn't even work. Tried to stand up, but the whole view just ends up lifting with me.
You can't stand up in the race car.
I guess the nose cones are touching. That or we're not touching at all, because the wings aren't. The wings are probably a foot apart. Would that would be good for your picture?
This will be good.
Hold on. Let me see if I can get it a little bit better. I was trying to get center line of start-finish line.
Okay. I feel like we're in the middle of the track. Looks like it.
Yeah, we're over a little bit.
Oh, okay.
If we went like half a block over, we'd be even. There we go.
There we go. Alright, this should work.
I think that's about as good as I can get it.
Alright. Well,
Having an Oculus makes it really easy to back up and not hit anything.
yeah. Well, I gotta end the video here, so. Hey, thanks everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed this event here at Sebring International Raceway. Thank you again, Nick Ward, for joining me for this event, and hopefully we'll see you in future events on the tour. So thank you everybody for watching. Leave a like below, let me know what you thought, and if you want to see more companion, co-op, friend, guest, iRacer things, events in the tour, let me know what you think. Alright, we'll see you later guys. Bye.